What's up, you guys? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today in a flash, we're going to be taking a look at the new Taxon Sentinel, as well as the newly redesigned, revamped starter weapons. Now, nothing's changed with those statistically, but they have gotten a new look, as well as some new skins. So I figure, why not start it off by just kind of getting everything built? Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. The Taxon one, I don't know if there is some sort of quest that comes along with it, but literally, I logged in, and Lotus has sent me a Sentinel. So I'm going to go ahead and build it now. Alright, so taking a look at him, he is absolutely adorable! I have to admit, he's really cute. And that's the cool thing that they do with Sentinels, is Sentinels definitely still pull on your heartstrings. I still love my kitties a whole lot more, and my puppies too. I like take kitties, then puppies, then Sentinels, but they did a really good job designing this one. He is really cute. I mean, he's an X! How cute can you make an X but an X? An X? Listen, this is Valentine's Day is coming up soon. It's not a good time to be talking about them. However, let's go ahead and take a look at their precepts. Now, the first one is blast enemies within 10 meters, converting 200 damage into shields for the Warframe. That's kind of cool. It's almost kind of like a life leech, but more like a shield leech. And that's really interesting. And then retarget is actually just pretty basic. It's just like, you know, you just shoot the thing in front of you. I'll go ahead and get him leveled up, and if there's anything interesting to talk about, we'll talk about it. The only thing that is really left is his primary weapon, which is the Artax. It does 5 cold damage a second, which does, like, kind of hurts my heart. I'm like, ooh. I mean, I know that I don't have any mods on it or anything, but even 5 damage a second is really low. They did say, though, that, you know, he was meant, or she, or it was meant to be, it was meant to be made for starter, for people who are just starting the game out. So we can't expect too much out of it. Damage with this serration, it's 13. Oh my god. Can we? The only thing that I can think of right now is, Jesus, I could really use a ribbon on this. I've just cursed myself. I haven't done today's sortie. I'm getting a ribbon for the Artax for sure. My next ribbon will end up being for the Artax. Alright, now for the visual rework stuff, I'm not 100% sure on the Paris and exactly how much it's changed, but it definitely got some touches metallically. The only thing that I'm going to point out is that I'm using not the MK1 versions, but I am using the original versions. I went through and I took a look at them real quick to kind of compare them to the original, and the only difference that I caught was with the MK1 Paris versus the Paris. If you notice, the MK1 Paris has a little bit more metallic woven through it as opposed to the standard Paris, but I went ahead and checked the rest of the, see, it's matte right there. It's not all shiny and pertified. But yeah, that's the only difference that I actually found between the two models, so don't get all crazy with me about about the models. I also wanted to show off the 2 new skin sets that came with them. So we have the the Nocturne Skin. Now, the Nocturne Skin does not look fantastic on the Paris on its own. However, if you'll see it in other incarnations and it looks a lot better. It just looks a little bit busy here with too many circles. We also have the Kintsugi skin, which I think is a lot cooler. It's supposed to be this kind of like broken / repaired stuff, but I really like the gilding on it. As you can see, it takes on like the my Loki Knave coloration really well, and I'm very fond of that. So the kunai looks a ton better than its original. And I actually discovered this little trick here when I was playing around with it. The way that you can see the original version, ugh. Right? That's the Day of the Dead skin, but look at that as compared to that. It looks so much better in the newer version. Now I went ahead and did like all of the extra skins too. So as you can see, my only problem with circles like that, it kind of reminds me of diseases. I don't think it's the greatest on the kunai either, but the Kintsugi looks fantastic again with all of the like the metallic bits. It's just perfect because it's not too brilliantly shiny like that, but it does have a little bit of a metal cast that I like as well. The Skana, it must have gotten a little bit more of a metallic treatment because overall I do not see too much of a change. But if we take a look, I think the Nocturne looks way better on this one than it does on some of the previous ones. And the one thing that I will point out, and I'll show you in a second, is that there's a really cool gradient that actually comes with it. But this is the Kintsugi, which is classy as fuck as always. Here's Lotus interjecting. But for those of you who are wondering if this will work on Prime variants, we'll take a look at my Skana Prime right here. And here's that gradient I was talking about on the Nocturne. So as you can see, on all of the Nocturne skins, you get the defaults. All right, let's remember this real fast. But let's look at the default colors. The default colors look crazy. They look crazy, and some people are gonna be turned off by that. But if you copy the Warframe colors, it looks a lot less nutso. And it's cool because you can really impose a cool gradient on it if you want to. Me, you know me, I'm a little plain, so I don't tend to jump out and do too many nutso things. But just wanted to put that out for you because I did, when I first saw the Nocturne skins, I was like, what is this hot garbage? What is this hot garbage? And then I actually put it on the weapons themselves, and I was like, oh, okay, I lied. It actually looks kind of nice. So here's the Bratton. That's the base skin. Looks way better than the original. I love the little cast of the metallic right here. It's a nice little touch. It's a nice little touch. And there it is with the Nocturne skin, looking pretty damn dapper, I have to say myself. I love how it's like energy is etched into it. And then, of course, classy Kintsugi skin looks absolutely fantastic and polished as fuck. Even though technically in their description it's a repaired with golden alloys, this battle-scarred Bratton. I was like, you don't look that battle-scarred. You look like, you know, maybe they took you out for like one try. they field tested for all of those people who play oh my god, I forgot it. Oh, I was gonna make a reference and now the reference is gone, Rob. You don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, there's the Aclotto, and of course the original, the MK1, is the one that got touched, but of course the Aclotto gets touched too, because it's just two of them. And then we're gonna take a look at that skin, the Nocturne skin again, and then we have got the Kintsugi. I'm actually becoming a really big fan of the Kintsugi skin. I know it's kind of like all of these lines are a little bit wibbly wobbly, so they're not like perfect and like all that, but I can forgive it. It looks pretty damn good. And last but not least is the new bow skin. Where are you, baby? I know everybody's like, just type it in the fucking top corner, but guess what? I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel, man. The bow is actually pretty cool because it's got some moving bits to it. You can see that little area right there, and it looks pretty damn snazzy, right? I think it looks pretty damn good. And let's go ahead and toss on the Nocturne skin, which looks not half bad. It's not my favorite look on it. It looks kind of pox-ridden and diseased in this one, but you know, that could just be my coloration. I probably just swap these two colors. I make that a little bit darker and it'll look a little less diseased, right? A little less diseased in that one. And then we go ahead and hit it with the Kintsugi, which looks fantastic as always. Look at that gorgeousness. Look at that gorgeousness. So those are actually all in the market. I have absolutely no clue how much they cost, but we'll take a look at them right now. So it looks like each of them cost 105 plat a piece for the full set, and just remember that you can use these on their primed variants. So that would be the Bratton Prime, the Bratton Prime, the Paris Prime, possibly the Bow Prime. That would be a really big drastic change for the Bow Prime. I'm gonna see how that swaps out. And of course I'm not gonna mention the Lotto Prime or the Skana Prime, or else there will be some salt spilled on the battlefields today. Really, it's just gonna be such a big change for the Bow Prime. Like, I could put one of those, really? Skin selected? Oh, there you go. There you go. So if you're not super fond of the Bow Prime's visuals, you can go ahead and swap it into the Kintsugi skin or the Nocturne skin. So options for all. You should definitely be happy about that. Alright, now one of the things that I do have to mention with the Artax, which I found really, really interesting, let's see if we can share it here, is it actually has a status chance of like 5%, but it seems to just have innate cold proc built into the beam. And the beam's got a pretty good range too, which actually kind of leads me to believe that this is a really, really well-designed kind of like first champion. You know, the slowing enemies down kind of helps out with targeting. So if maybe a player is a little bit newer to the game or a little bit newer to shooters in general, it'll kind of be able to give them a little bit of an advantage, and the bonus to your shielding. And I'll be honest, I've been running around pretty much unstealth. Of course, you know, I have been putting things in melee. However, like, as you can see with that, and I do have meta ray and all that other stuff running too, but I really haven't taken too much health damage. Like, this thing is doing a good job of keeping me healthy. It's also doing a pretty decent job of controlling some enemies a little bit. You know, any enemies that get within that, I believe it's like a 30-meter range. It's doing work. I have to say that I do quite like it so far. He's performing quite well. Cute little guy too. The only thing is his metallics aren't as shiny as I want them to be. They come out a little bit matte and dull. But you know what? You can't win everything, and you can't have the nice shiny stuff as a newbie player. You gotta pick up all of the cool prime stuff later on. Look, I'm not even really trying, but he's doing a good job, and I do quite like him. So that's a big thumbs up for me so far, especially because I like to run Coolant Leak. Now, wouldn't it be great? You have this, you have Coolant Leak going, and then you also have Meta Ray, and you also have all of the extra shieldy bits. Like, it's really well done thematically. I like it. Well, at least that's the build that I'm gonna run with him just for fun. All right, so one of the things that I noticed about that blast precept is it has definitely been getting me overshields, which I found really, really interesting. I thought that they were just gonna be able to replenish the shields that you have, but it's definitely been scoring me a lot of overshields, and it's not the other shielding precept that I currently have either. It's definitely. Let's see if I wanna see if I can get it on camera, like an animation-y thing for you. Let's see if we can grab it, because I had a really good shot earlier. So you can see it. It happened right there. It happened right there. I don't know. Oh god, it's on a bit of a timer. That's one of the things that I noticed too, or maybe it's just conditions haven't been met specifically. Okay, so we're at 792. We are at 792. Please do the thing that restores my health. Do the thing that restores my shields. 792. There you go, 899. Yeah, we got it on camera. That's exactly what we needed. Alrighty, that about sums it up for update 19.10.0, which is a really big tongue twister. Let me know what you guys think of the Taxon. I think it's a great starter little bit, and it's pretty damn cute too. I redid some of the customizations. I kind of like it a little bit better this way. I was looking at the weapon again, and I'm like, well, I mean, I guess it does, like, freeze enemies, so that's a little benefit, but I think I might swap it out for something that's got a little bit more punch to it. Regardless, that's pretty much it. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch yo body. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!